In previous videos, we looked at the best light paint colors for walls, colors that men tend to gravitate towards more so than women. And we had another video on the best accent colors. So we're talking accent walls, feature walls, you name it, we had it covered. Now, I find when I do my online color consulting, I have this one question that says, how much do you want to know? Like, how deep should I go? Women tend to want to go a lot deeper. I would say on average, they're like, tell me everything. I want to learn about this stuff. Whereas men are like, I just want you to tell me what looks good so I can paint my walls. So, you know, my place is banging. And I'm like, all right, let's go, right? So I'm keeping this simple and I've put together some color combos. So basically you can use these as your main wall color and then an accent wall, or main wall color and your kitchen island or the inside of your front door. Play around with it, have some fun. And yeah, let's get this party started. I picked my favorite neutrals from the previous video, as well as my favorite dark ones, and made some combos. Again, I tend to talk more than I should, so I'm trying to keep it as simple as I can. We're gonna start with Edgecomb Gray. Nice, flexible, warm neutral. Looks stunning with Anonymous, darker grayish with a green undertone. You can also partner it with Sherwin-Williams Eclipse, gorgeous green. Edgecomb Gray really loves the green tones. It can handle a bit of blue, like you could throw Sherwin-Williams Cyberspace at it. Oh, which we are next. But I would say it's a little bit more inclined towards green. Yeah, it's nothing wrong with that. That's pretty. Now we will move along to Benjamin Moore, Revere, Pewter, and Rodeo. If you were eyeing up those ones, I don't blame you. They're fantastic. You might have looked at Agreeable Gray too, which we're coming up to next. We're going to start with Charcoal Slate, nice moderate gray with a blue undertone. Look at that, Revere Pewter, Rodeo. I like it a bit more with Rodeo because Rodeo has a little bit less green in it, whereas Revere Pewter can flash that green. I also like them with Urbane Bronze. I love this color so hard. And again, it can be hard to see colors and what's really shaking until you compare them with black. And I'll say again, like if you're a woman and you love these colors, let's go. I'm not trying to leave anybody out, so I don't want any hurt feelings here. I'm just saying these are the colors that my male clients tend to lean into. Tricorn Black, compare it with Urbane Bronze. It's nice to really see that, right? Now you're like, oh, Urbane Bronze isn't as dark as I thought, and I see that little flash of green in there. Amazeballs. Thunderous, so good. Same with Cast Iron, like check it out with Revere Pewter. Like if you have your walls Revere Pewter, even your cabinets Revere Pewter, you're like, yeah, I want to paint my island a badass green. Thunderous, Cast Iron, maybe like Benjamin Moore Ashwood Moss, all day long. Sherwin-Williams Agreeable Gray, super flexible. Trends are slowly shifting out of gray, but you do you, boo. If you love gray and you're not moving, you're not worried about resale, and your home suits it, fill your boots. The great thing about Agreeable Gray is that it's not really gray. It's in that grayish taupe world, so it's warmer, making it an awesome happy medium. Again, I'm talking too much. Sherwin-Williams Web Gray. Love, love, love this combo. So cool. And maybe you'll love it more when you see it against black, right? So good. I would say it's almost like in between the more modern clean world and the woodsy mountainy world. I would say fewer men are doing the modern farmhouse look, but you're out there. You definitely are out there. Benjamin Moore Amherst Gray, gray with a nice green undertone, gorgeous with Agreeable Gray. And while Agreeable Gray can go with Hail Navy, I personally prefer, if I can find it without spending all my time, there we go. I personally prefer the softness of Cyberspace with it. Again, nothing wrong. I don't hate it with Hail Navy. I just love it with Cyberspace. Now, let's move along. Say you want something a little bit lighter, softer. You want to move into those off-whites, and you are eyeing up Shoji White and Aesthetic White. Amazing. Love it. So there's those two beauties. Now we're going to go a bit softer, Intellectual Gray. Nice grayish with a green undertone. So earthy, so natural, so organic. Porpoise, it's like a darker take on Intellectual Gray. Same with Urbane Bronze, beautiful. Love, love, love. Sherwin-Williams Cast Iron, which is like the slightly darker version of Thunderous. Are you kidding me? So gorgeous. I love it. And again, these ones, they're okay with blue. I would say Hail Navy is a bit punchy for them. You know, it kind of steps out of their vibe, whereas Cyberspace, a little bit more muted with them. Let's compare that to Hail Navy. I'm not a big fan of Hail Navy with some colors. I find Cyberspace or maybe like Benjamin more Deep Space. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, Cyberspace for the win. Lastly, you might have been like, I really liked the kind of cooler grays. A lot of the cooler grays, like I think it was Gray Screen we looked at, and there was another one. I would say more often than not, they don't do well with feature walls. It looks like they're really trying too hard. You can still do accent or kitchen islands, but more often than not, the cooler gray is kind of like white. But Stonington Gray has a bit of flexibility. Well, I say a bit. It doesn't really have much flexibility at all, but Stonington Gray can humor Cyberspace and Hail Navy. While Stonington Gray has green in it, it doesn't show up to the party very often, meaning that it can humor some of these darker blues quite nicely. And now the cool part is, not including Stonington Gray because it's not as flexible, you can really mix and match here. Like, I'll be surprised if there's one color that doesn't reasonably suit another color. Actually, you know what? I take Hail Navy and Stonington out. Now, mix and match. If you're like, oh, I really liked Agreeable Gray, but I also liked, I don't know, cast iron or something that went with another color. Play around, have some fun with it, but if you want to keep it simple, just check out the partnerships I suggested, as well as my other videos. Thanks for watching.